Experimentation with the imagination station. My good friend Jeff Stevenson is not only talking, but on fire this morning about it.
Yes, speaking of talking, we are actually going to be talking about sound today, but we're going to be using something called our flame tube. And our flame tube, it's this really, really cool device. And why don't you go ahead and put a pair of goggles on there, Chris, before we really get going here?
Make sure I still got the
eyelashes. Okay, good. So it's this really, really cool device here that it's just basically a pipe that has dozens and dozens of holes drilled into it, and I'm pumping propane into it and igniting it. Now, it doesn't look like it's doing a whole lot of science right now, except just looking awesome.
It looks like we're about ready to sing Kumbaya and roast marshmallows.
Yes, it feels it's a good amount of heat coming off here, right? All right. I mean, basically it functions the same way as your propane grill does.
Okay.
But what we're going to do is we're going to generate some tones, okay, in here, and we're going to use this in order to see what sound kind of looks like. And maybe it'll make more sense once we get started.
Sound essentially is a wave that we can't see that propagates through the air around us.
Exactly.
Correct?
It's got peaks, it's got nodes, it's got all that kind of stuff. So we're going to use this, and you're going to be in charge of this little knob here, and that's going to set us to be at different, basically, tones. And I'm going to be in charge of the volume.
I'm playing DJ.
Yes. And I'm going to be in charge of your volume if I, can remember how to mess around with your volume a whole lot. All right, let's see if we can't pump up the volume here. Hold on, let me get the volume. Oh, there we go. Perfect, okay. So now I have to make a couple of adjustments.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn the volume up. It might get a little loud in here, but do you see what we're starting to form? Now, if you adjust the different tone, go ahead and use that knob. And you can actually see the peaks and the nodes and measure that wavelength of each one of those nodes that you're or each one of those notes that you're hitting. Yeah, go ahead and play with it. Do a really low one. It can do a low. Now do a high one. Ooh, can we see that? Is that not just the coolest thing?
I feel like a kid.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you down. You're having too much fun. All right, so this is a really cool tool for doing that, obviously. And you saw how there was different numbers of wavelengths.
Right.
When we got high pitched, there ended up being lots and lots
of short little ones.
Yes.
And the lower ones, there was just kind of a few peaks and valleys.
Exactly. A lot of times people talk about octaves, right? Low C versus high C, and that's just doubling the number of wavelengths in that same amount of space. So it's really, really cool for that type of stuff. And what's really interesting though is that the world isn't just pure tones, right? Our voices, for instance, there's our nasal cavity and lots of different air and things like that. So what I wanted to do is I was wondering if you could tell us what the weather was going to be like today, Chris. All right, and I'm going to see if I can't see what that looks like, if we can't deconstruct what that'll look like for us.
Okay, so you just want me to give the 7-day forecast, right?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay, we'll do that. Partly sunny skies.
Hold on, let me get you turned up first. Hold on.
Too quick. I was too quick.
All right, let me tap it first. Okay, go for it.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Partly sunny skies. We're going to be talking about highs today that reach up into the middle 70s. More sunshine on Friday, upper 70s into the weekend. Still looking at dry weather. Feel like I'm the DJ, and look at that, Jeff. You got it going. Sunny skies into the weekend. Saturday and Sunday are going to bring lots of sunshine. Woo!
Isn't that just too much fun? Isn't that just great? This would be a cool little DJ instrument, right?
Do we have to do TV the rest of the day?
Yeah, we can just do this. Everybody can just do their segment on our flame tube today.
So this is a good way for kids to visualize kind of sound waves. Because again, it's always difficult when we talk weather talks too with out at schools or whatever to visualize something that you can't see.
That's very true. And since a lot of times people can't visualize the sound waves, this kind of gives a good, maybe you've tried slinkies before where you've seen those peaks and nodes, which is always really cool. But I mean, why use a slinky when you could use this? And what you noticed when you had your voice, were they solid peaks like that?
No.
No, right? Because you have a lot of different things. And so I thought I might bring on a little bit of music.
Okay.
So I have a band here, the Funk and Wagnalls, and they're a local Toledo band. But you should be able to see how lots of different instruments are combining with each other. And we can even...
Well, I could just let you play us out, but while you do that, why don't you tell us what's going on at the Imagination Station?
What we have going on at Imagination Station this week is it's Rocket Science Week.
Okay.
So we're doing all kinds of, we got Alka-Seltzer rockets, we have make your own stop rockets, but the most important thing, if you're going to do anything this weekend, you need to come out to our Water Rocket Challenge. We bring everything for you. We got cardboard, foam, 2 liters, and then you build your own water rocket that you can launch into our park, and we have a big target. And
Did I catch you saying this is one of your favorite things that you guys do all year?
This is one of my all-time favorite things.
All right.
We get wet, we engineer, we launch rockets. We sometimes don't launch rockets very well, but it's fun no matter what.
You want to play us out?
Yes, I'll go ahead and I'll play us out here.
All right, stay with us. We have more WTO11 in your day back in just a moment.